Many of you have their eye on the spin-off that is most closely related to Game of Thrones, Snow. Over the summer, fans learned that Kit Harington himself had pitched a sequel to Game of Thrones where he would reprise his role as Jon Snow. Game of Thrones has one of the most infamous endings in TV history nowadays, so much so that some critics doubted whether House of the Dragon could overcome it. Thankfully, the prequel series was a rousing success this fall, which could be good news for the other successor shows, including Snow. Back in June, The Hollywood Reporter broke the news that HBO was developing the sequel, and many fans thought the rumor was fake at first. However, Harrington's co-star Emilia Clarke soon confirmed it in an interview with the BBC, and author George R. Martin soon followed up with more details in one of his blog posts. The most important thing to remember is that at the time being, the show is only in development. HBO has not committed to filming anything at all, much less airing anything on TV. The Jon Snow series could come to be, but it could end at any stage between here and a TV premiere. In fact, in one of his latest blog posts, Martin said that he doubted more than one of the live actions currently in development would get a real order. Whether you love the idea or hate it, there is still no guarantee that we'll see the Jon Snow sequel at all. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to House of Thrones. Here is the full breakdown of all the information that has been confirmed so far. Please do subscribe to know the latest Westeros news. After the poor ending of the Game of Thrones, fans expected HBO to stay away from the direct sequels. Martin's writings extended not only over a vast fictional world but back into dense fictional history, and it seemed like most of the ideas for successor shows would go in that direction. Therefore, it's no surprise that many fans thought the Jon Snow sequel news was a hoax when it was first announced. While THR cited anonymous source at HBO, many fans did not believe this report until Martin himself confirmed it on his blog. Along the way, Clarke said that she had heard of the idea from Harrington himself. She told the BBC, like, he has told me about it, and I know it exists. It's happening. The first report said that Kit Harington was on board to make his return as Jon Snow and had already agreed to the series. The Clarke and Martin shocked the fans by revealing that the series was actually Harrington's idea and that he was deeply involved in developing it. It's been created by Kit as far as I can understood, so he is in it from the ground up. So what you will be watching, hopefully if it happens, is certified by Kit Harington, Clarke said. This comment seemed sort of the place that some fans thought it might have been a joke, but Martin explained it further in his blog post. Yes, it was Kit Harington who brought the idea to us, he wrote. I cannot tell you the names of the writers showrunners, since that has not been cleared for release yet, but Kit brought them into his own team and they are terrific. According to Martin, Harrington and his team pitched this show with outlines and treatments which were approved by HBO executives. They are now on the script stage working on script for the pilot episode that will determine whether or not the show goes any further. He said that the scripts have been through several drafts already, but that still leaves casting, pre-production, filming and editing to be done, assuming HBO orders a pilot or a series. Still, Martin did surprise fans by revealing that this show has been in the works for about as long as the other three live-action spin-offs. He wrote, there are 4 live-action successor shows in development at HBO. Word go out about the 3 of them some time ago. I think some of these were officially announced, in other cases news leaked out. Snow has been in development almost as long as other 3, but for whatever the reason it was never announced and it never leaked until now. Early reports did not mention a title for the show, but Martin's blog post did. He wrote, our working title for the show is No. Many social media commenters have expressed surprise that that the title isn't more closely related to Game of Thrones, considering this series would be the most closely related to the original series. Fans have also gotten right to work pitching their own ideas for the titles.